Hello. I'm struggling to come up with new areas to film these videos in, because half the time I'm doing it at nighttime. So, yeah. Uh, I figured in this video I can talk about the car, right? Maybe a little update of what's going on and what I have to do to get it back on the streets. Maybe what I've done to it. So, VH45DE, out of a Nissan President, 1995. Not gonna lie, look it up. I've kind of wanted one. I like the way it looks. We have an American version. It's an Infiniti Q45. But the President just kind of looks somewhat better. So the JDM version, so the one that only came in Japan, has VVL, which is variable valve lift, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm only getting all this info from Wikipedia. I'm not some kind of random, JDM genius and all this bullshit. I just did my research when I bought this shit. That's the only thing. I'm just very knowledgeable on what I have. That's it. So engine is out of a Nissan President. Trans is out of a 300ZX 5-speed, and the actual car is a 1995 240SX. I also saw that the battery on this thing is about to fucking die, so sorry, I just needed to look at the screen and make sure when it fucking dies. I'm gonna try to quickly go through this. So what am I trying to do to it aside from now you know what it is? Whatever. What I've done to it and what I had to do to it, why it's at this point, is I needed to change the crank seal, the front one, front main. So I had to remove the pulley, get to the seal, change it out, which I did. Everything's back together. It just needs to get torqued down. To torque it down, I have to find a way to lock the transmission or lock the backside of the engine from rotating the crank and therefore causing the front to spin. Because if I'm torquing it and it's not locked, I'm going to reach a point where it's just going to rotate. And I need it to be tight so that way I can go beyond, the little rotation point and get that torque. Whatever. That means that I have to probably remove the engine, then go from the backside and lock it in some kind of way. So I don't know. I got to figure all that out. I'm going to record it because that's going to be something to post. But that's what's going on. So I have to remove the engine for that. I'm about halfway there, right? I took the wiring out. Now it's just more of the physical stuff. I have to remove the headers, and that's a bitch in and of itself. That's where I'm at right now. If I remove the headers, then I can remove the engine, detach its transmission, all these other things. Once I do that, then I have the engine out of the car, which means I can get at it 360 all the way around. And I have the car's engine bay area just free to actually get cleaned, because it needs to get cleaned, and repainted, because the red sparkles are, nice and all, but it's time for a change. So I'm thinking very simple. Probably gloss black. I was about to say matte black, but I don't know. I'm probably going to do gloss black. I'm still going to keep the little gold, maybe I'll fill up the back firewall with the gold, the heat wrap stuff. Again, if you don't know about cars, don't worry. These are things, whatever. The point is, I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe the engine. I have the white valve covers and the red and the black. So those are the three colors I usually go with, right? I'm thinking, yellow on these, but whatever. The point is, I'm thinking black on the engine bay, red on the engine itself, full red, almost like this blood red. And I'm talking about this front part, the pulleys, the valve cover, the actual intake cover that sits up there, like the spider looking thing. All of that red. Very tastefully, not very cheaply, all over the place. I'm just talking about very done the right way, because I like the idea of it looking like a heart inside the car. And if I keep everything clean, I keep, a lot of things tucked away and, not seen as much, or maybe blended in more. So keep the brake booster stuff black, keep the power steering, reservoir black. Keep a lot of those items white, but the actual engine itself red. I feel like that would look cool. Very striking, very, ooh, even the fucking radiator, I can black that thing out. Yeah, it might just look very crazy, like striking. So I'm thinking that, yeah, I don't know. And then the actual body on the outside, I kind of want to refresh it, paint it black, but refresh it and then throw a livery finally. Now, will all these things happen within this year or anytime soon? No, fuck no. I don't have any money for that. I can maybe, like, obviously remove the engine, get at it in a, you know, service way. So, like, change the oil on it and, you know, clean it out because it's very crusty. It's very, like, 3 years, 4 years in. So I have to do all those little things. But am I going to get to painting it, doing the whole rebody kit and all that shit anytime? Fuck no, dude. I don't have any money like that. I don't have any time like that. Fuck that. Yeah, it's a little hard to do all this whole thing. That's the whole point I'm trying to show. But I'm doing it. Trying to make it work. And, you know, I'm talking about it so you at least know what the fuck I'm trying to do, what I'm thinking about. Because even if it takes a while, I'm going to get at it. I got to this point. You know, cut to me, you know, in 2017 talking about this car and what I wanted to do with it.
And then I'm just going to take this and do everything I can to make it track ready and just take it to events, drag it, race it, drift it, do whatever I can with it. Paint it black if I can. I mean, it's a hard decision because I like the red because it's very vibrant. It kind of draws attention, catches the eye real quick. But the black, like, with a high gloss, I don't know, something about it. Just, I like it too much. I want to put a body kit, nicer rims, painted, the works. I'm trying to get all that done. Engine swap. All that,
you know, so at least I did some of those things. You know, I didn't do every single little detail, but then again, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do exactly then, and everything changes over time. So here we are. I'm looking into the future, and I'm saying what I'm saying to the camera, and I like how I'm at least going to post this, because who gives a shit how many people are watching? At least this serves as an archive for me to look back at. So subscribe if you want to, like if you want, you know, if you like it, comment because it helps with engagement and shit like that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to make these things because they're kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. All right, good night.